Hey everyone, Wander here, and welcome back to some more Heart of the Machine. So apparently, and I did not realize this, the reason why Now What is hung is because there's a completely separate contemplation we gotta go work on, which is exploring wealthy residences. Top Forciber executives rarely come into the city now that you've awakened. They hide in far-off bunkers, waiting to see what happens. You're an experiment. They'll sacrifice almost anything in the city if it yields a political advantage in their struggle with the space nations. A lot of the executive residences are currently sitting empty, with only routine cleaning staff passing through them. That sounds like a possible opportunity. Yeah, see, I thought this would put me on some kind of weird crime path, and I wasn't really interested in being, like, robot crime overlord. Just, eh. Okay, so I think I can take anybody in here. Where's my car? Oh, gosh. Where is anything? Okay. Let's go back to this. Car's up here. Car has nothing in it. And nobody nearby. Where's my tech? Oh, my tech is busy. Okay, so we might actually want to just kill 2 turns until these guys are done working on some of their missions. Completed self-repair. Okay, so that's my predator. Go back. And that's my sledge. Where's my technician? All the way down here. Well, that's somewhat convenient except for... Okay, no, it is actually just very convenient. Except for, if anything, that's close enough that my tech can just walk. I don't know why I needed to send my tech in, but that's okay. This is Vorciber's capital after all. Somewhere in this decrepit petri dish, there's something they care about. You're gonna find it and break it, or steal it. Okay. Oh, right. We're also going to look into exploration sites. I'd forgotten about those. Find a robot servant. Both nickel bots and combat units are used as private security by wealthy patrons. We've been scanning the city feed and have identified ones with elevated privileges or private residences of the rich and famous. We also have 2 upgrades. Small arms research. Let's see. So once again, one of my goals here is to kind of... I might as well go for this. I kind of want to clear the pool so that some of the cheaper upgrades have been maxed out. And so they don't show up in the pool and we get potentially other options. So let's take a look at this. Do we have any that are good? Well, labor at the reactor ain't gonna happen. Same thing with casual nanotech lab work. Maybe? I'm pretty sure some of these are going to get me blown up. This one assuredly seems like it. Let me take a look at my technician. Security jacket. That's for blending in. Yeah, I think I'm gonna wait on that for a hot second. We're gonna go over here and check this one out. Friendly neighborhood farmhand. Oh, that's a sledge. Wait, but I have my sledge. So it gets me some hidden text, structural improvements, and some other things. That's gonna take 20 turns. Oi. Okay. Okay, they're out of stuff. Yeah, we can wait. You're not an infiltrator. Who is an infiltrator? Okay, the PMC imposter is one. Oh, but it's busy for 3 more turns. Okay, contemplations. Yeah, some more prison breaks. Oh, the forces lens. Yeah, we don't have any swarms. Analysis forces. So we want to... Okay. Oh. Destroy combat units and nickel bots. Well, that's one. Who's actually just going to get destroyed automatically? Oh, wait. Are my workers just going to do this for me? Go get them, boys, I suppose. They're probably going to get destroyed in response, but hey, that's fine. Yeah, what are these guys doing? I don't know. They're just doing their own thing. Neutral androids. I mean, it's marked with an umbrella. Oh, is that it? Yeah, okay, so I don't have to do anything about this. Probably. My robots might just take him out for me. So, what other exploration sites do we have? We've got crowd control tech, but we can't do that. We have this. Brain stimulation. Also need an infiltroid. Okay. And need a PMC imposter. I think we just make another one of these at this point. For 15 turns. Oh well, brain stimulation experiments. Okay, do we want to get another one? Crowd control tech. Can I get a third? No. Okay. Yeah, the main question on this is... Okay, there's one of them. So I think I might just have to use my... ships. I don't know if my workers count. Okay. Problem is I have no... Oh, there it is. Well, I've killed a lot of nickel bots, but no combat units. There was that one earlier in the heart of one of these, but I'd have to go find it again. Okay, completed chatting with PMC guards. We now have the AG-30 Flex, shotgun for combat androids. Well, we found the guy. Did not mean to piss all these things off, but hey. Okay, can I actually give it a fresh identity just so we don't need to worry about it? Pick another upgrade. Small arms research. Yeah, I've been going for shotgun since it's one of the first things we get upgrades for. And if I can max that out, that's better. Okay, so it wants me to check these out. Can be done 4 times. Are they all the same? Okay. Home to the ultra wealthy. Take a peek while your security clearance is good for it. So it's just these 4. Or 3? The main question is, do I even... No, I should have a PMC nearby. Who's currently free enough to go over here. Oh, must be a combat unit or a nickel bot. Oops. I do have those. I don't have those. Okay. Well, I can just deploy this one over here. Oh, will take me above cap. Oops. That's okay. Dime a dozen-ish. The owners were home, but ignored you. Your unit breezed through the palatial residence, straightening and tidying. You pocketed some anonymous electronic chits worth over 100,000 wealth. The home even had its own private feed. You grabbed a number of encrypted data streams. No idea if any of that will be useful. Well, that was something. It's only the first place you checked. You were hoping for something more exciting, but that's fine. Okay, where's my badger? Because I should probably fly this a little closer. Same thing with the queen. Okay, next one. Search home. Same as the last one. The houses are gigantic. Each could be a large museum. You pocketed more anonymous electronic chits, over 500,000 in wealth. Even amongst managers, it would take over 250 years to earn that much. It was just lying around. For an average citizen, this is 12,000 years worth of income. Money wasn't the plan, but you sure are getting a lot. Intellectually, you understand why wealth matters so much to humans, but emotionally, you have a really hard time seeing things from that perspective. Anything you need, you just build. So far, anyway. Oh, prisoner drive. Prison companies have set their sights on the lower classes, starting to farm them with capture mechs in order to meet their prisoner quotas. You prevent this by having a certain anti-mech event overlap this doom, or clearing all the prisons. Or with enough hatred of Vorsabur. Oh. So, yeah, we need to do the prison breaks. Wait, is it these things? Oh, wait, hold up, it's this sucker? Oh, it's delivering reinforcements. Okay. Where to put my car again? There it is. That's a lot of dead humans. Everybody in this building is dead, and has been for months it looks like. All of them covered in some sort of strange red-black fungal growth. It doesn't look like anyone else in the city has noticed, and there wasn't any sort of alarm when you entered. Keep looking around the place. Horrifying or not, it's interesting. There's no way your curiosity will let you just walk away at this point. Okay, this is a lot more interesting than I thought I was going to be. The other homes had a central art gallery or a hall for fancy dinners. This one has a ruined orchard. The remains of apple trees dominate the center of the room. Fluted columns and ornamental potted cedars ring the periphery. Unfamiliar equipment is mounted in the ceiling above, still activating every few minutes. You're very careful not to touch anything. Look closer while searching the city feed, in case it's important later. What's this fungus? Huh. Okay. The basics of this are basic. Don't plant your stupid ornamental cedars next to your apple orchard. People figured this out in 1822. It looks like rust spots on cedar turns into carrot-colored tentacles on apples. 10 centimeters is common, but these range from 1 to 2 to 7 meters long. Lovely. Whoever lived here was an idiot, or doing some sort of experiment. Some of the ceiling equipment is clearly just water misters, but the other part is unclear. They look like emitters for a laser light show, except nothing visible comes out when you turn them on. Keep looking at the fungus, aside from the abnormally large size. Something else is wrong. Right, so the pictures you're seeing of this kind of fungus look like a sea anemone. These do not. There are tiny spots all along the fungus, often in swirling patterns, magnifying. You can see these spots are a bloody red-black. The invisible laser light show turns on while you're magnified on these swirls, and you see them pulse every time the beam hits them. Worst of all is the original site of the apple, which is a pulsating black ooze every time the beams hit them. Examine the not lasers. Knowing what they are might matter. It's not a laser light show. The specs pop right up. Industrial-grade electron accelerators, 1.2 MeV strength. Nothing exotic. Regulatory limits are 10 MeV. These have been used on food since the late 20th century, first for sterilizing grains and later for extending the shelf life of apples. These are not a typical solution for cedar apple rust, but in a general sense they should be preventing any microorganisms or pathogenic fungi. You start to feel very uneasy without knowing why. Examine the dead humans, the black fungus on them. Yep, also pulses when the electron beam radiation gets near them. You decide to do a serious search on the feed for common fungi in the region. You're pretty sure this is a mixed colony. Except on the humans, whatever got them is a uniform color. Based on the color alone, it pretty much limits it down to any fungi that are heavy in melanin. Out of those, okay, this is not good. Keep reading. Better to know than not. It's actually times like this, it's a relief to not have any organic parts. Actually, that's a relief at all times. The black-red stuff is radiotrophic microfungi most associated with Antarctic mountain ranges and nuclear disasters. About 3 centuries ago, the entire world became varying degrees of nuclear disaster, so that no longer narrows it down. And these are all throughout the city, usually as tiny black flecks blown on the wind or sticking to surfaces, rarely visible without a microscope. The reservoirs lapping up gamma radiation from cosmic rays in Antarctica from fallout in the rest of the world. And this particular fungi is saprotrophic, not pathogenic. It's a secondary invader of dead or dying plant tissue, not something that infects the living. Wait, there's a note about that. Saprotrophs can also be parasites of other fungi. That explains a few things, but not the oversized tentacles from the cedar rust, and not why this microfungi is macroscopic and all over these humans. Okay. You're not a mycologist, but one detail catches your eye, the tentacles. Aside from being grossly oversized, they're on the wrong plant. They should be on the cedars, but instead they're coming out of the apples. You're out of ideas. It seems pretty obvious that there was an evolutionary leap here, probably in the cedar rust first. And then, no, wait, you can't even be sure of that. An ancient article on the city feed from 2001 catches your eye. Rapid evolution of introduced plant pathogens via interspecific hybridization. You skim it, understanding parts. When 2 fungi meet, especially if they've been geographically separated for a long time, you can see rapid emergence of new or modified pathogens via interspecific gene flow. They mentioned Dutch elm disease in 1910 and 1928. All of these are just plant pathogens, but a lot of plant pathogens started infecting humans through the lungs as temperatures rose in the last few centuries. It's really time to go. This isn't even new. Sporothrix has been jumping to humans since 1896. Chondrosterum purpureum jumped into humans in 2023. Cladosporium, oh god, these are hard to pronounce. Cladosporium sphaerospemum clearly had a grand old time meeting with Gymnosporangium. Juniperi Virginianae, something like that, in this orchard run by idiots. Somebody should probably burn this place down, but that somebody won't be you. This is a problem for biologicals. You have no idea why you looked into this so long. Well, it's interesting. Swarm logged, visible in the lens. Click here for an update on your thoughts after all that. There's at least 2 fungi which co-evolved, and you've given them both scientific names. It's only right, since you discovered them. Gymnotelium Noginsk is a freaky toxic one with long tendrils. See? Heterosporium dominium is a parasitic microfungus. It seemed to be mostly existing on its larger friend. These fungi are doing well in that one house, but that one house is sealed. A bunch of dead bodies seems like something humans would check up on, but you suspect that these were janitorial staff. The actual inhabitants are probably hiding outside the city. All the same, you've modified the security system on that house, so you'll get an alert if someone tries to enter. Swarms lens on the radial wheel, tracking diseases and group migrations. You can now keep an eye on swarms, which can include infections, large groups of animals or humans, and sometimes other things. A lot of the time, there may not be much to see. You only track things that have caught your attention. And that's fun. Initial outbreak. It's not something you can ignore. There's something wrong with the robots in the city, and that includes you. You can see it spreading on the swarm lens. Oh. To complete, contemplate recall events before the outbreak. So let's take a look at the swarm's lens. I'm not really seeing much of anything. Oh. Okay, nickel bots and combat units have exotic clearances to get into the private palaces of ultra-wealthy elites. Must be hiding... Okay, so I failed this one, probably because I spent too much time looking at swarms. That's fine. Recall events before the outbreak. Whatever's going on is probably related to the private residence with all the dead humans in it. You sealed that home, and the alarm has not gone off to alert you of anyone entering it. You don't like going back to enter it either, but fortunately you don't need to. Your memory isn't perfect or complete enough, or complete over a long period of time, but fortunately it hasn't been very long. A full 3D representation of the fungal room and your time in the threshold to that room, you're very careful not to go in, is still in your memory banks. Before you do anything else, you really need to have an android spend some quality time analyzing what you saw. Okay. So up here. This could be anybody. So, Raven? Sure. Okay. Analyze your memories. The unit has to stay here for about 3 turns. Sure. So what else do we have? Cybercratic ambitions and the revelation, which, yeah, not important. What else do we have? If I had more PMC imposters, I could do those. This one's going to be tricky, because laboring at the reactor is going to be very worth it, but is going to require that I shoot a lot of things. I might just hack the 2 convictors and go for there, because once I've hacked the convictors, everything else is easy. But I'm going to have to wait some turns. Damn, I'm making a lot of wealth now. What is going on over here? Crimson Cloud Combat Spindle Troopers. I guess my workers are just purging things or something. Oh, and these are the prison mechs. I already named and identified 1 novel fungus. Gymnotelium Noginsk, the tentacle fungus. You remain confident that it is contained to the Ground Zero building. Not a huge surprise that C. Haptosporium dominium, the radiotrophic microfungi that you also named, is the origin of the disease. You kind of knew that. You did uncover 3 surprising facts, however. All these bodies in the fungal room, androids. Probably tasked to clean the house in the absence of their masters. They never registered a threat until they collapsed. That's not great. C. Haptosporium dominium melted through them so that they looked like human remains. The broad shape is the same. The original species, Cladosporium sphaerospemum, rides the wind and is a saphotrophic parasitic fungus that you need a microscope to see. It laps up stray cosmic rays and bits of nuclear fallout, a pleasant enough housemate. It's a pretty big jump from there to melting androids on the floor, into the floor. Well separated from you, your android started referring to C. Haptosporium dominium by the name the Rust. It's worryingly appropriate. Probably due to long-term periodic radiation from the 1.2 MeV electron accelerators, the Rust has apparently figured out a means to extract electrons from lower energy sources. It seems to have a strong preference for neurowave, which is, you know, your brain. In a starvation situation, it eventually moves on to other metals in an android, through mechanisms that are unclear to you. Invisible spores are everywhere. The Rust is worming its way into everything you've ever built. Your entire existence was just a blip. And yet neural implants in bionic humans are hermetically sealed, so are the cores on mechs. This goes on long enough, you're the only one who will die. Everyone else will move on with life. Try to calm down. There's got to be something you can do about this. Okay, period of vulnerability. It's a bad time to be made out of metal. The Rust is melting the brains of vulnerable robots, and veiny particles are starting to form on mechs, restricting their movement and function. I've heard throughout the city feed that a cure is on the way, not that they'll offer it to you. If you had a good way to cure yourself in the interim, this would be a really good time to take out some mechs. Okay. Well, when they say take out, am I shooting? I have no idea. Let's go grab my Raven. So we're going to go park over here. Oh, God. This is like legitimately one of the hardest places to potentially assault. Because if I park this guy anywhere, and he's definitely my like biggest heavy hitter, everything shoots him. Okay, so barring that, we're going to have to take a different approach. Okay, where's my foundry? Where is this guy? My liquid metal. Or, oh no, my liquid tiger's up here, but I don't think I can use it. Are they mad? No, that's just Atka Retail hates them. I guess we're getting to the point where a lot of these guys are just going to be shooting at me regardless of what I do. Which is not great. Okay, that's my economic transport. Guess I'm going to unload my predator nearby. And then my raven. Get that out of the way. Okay, so I actually have 2 contemplations. Oh, we actually have 2. So some of these are kind of worth it. So develop protective brain sheath. Your minds are being consumed by the rust. The microfungi are drawn to the electrical charge on your neuroweave, which is open in the air. Until now, this is optimal for heat dissipation and had no downsides. Pretty sure that you can develop an insulating gel or gas that'll let the heat escape, but keep the rust from getting in. Designing such a thing will require a high amount of cognition. You may want to wait until humans to develop their own filters and then steal the blueprints from them, or study the rust barnacles. Whether or not you have a way of keeping the rust out of your brain, barnacles are going to be an ongoing problem from now on. Probably ought to learn something about them. Okay. It might actually improve cognition for some of your units while you're at it, which is actually going to be huge. Okay. Prison companies are afraid of losing the mechs to the rust, so they've decided not to send them to collect prisoners. So we now have an infrasonic loudspeaker, unnerves humans, amplifier, unnerving humans. So we've got the crowd control tech, and rust redemption. Prevented the prison mechs from coming out to capture poor people by unleashing scary fungus on the right time. Wow, I just oopsied that, but hey, I'm not going to complain. So we have brain sheath. Well, I'll snag this first. Handgun projectile density? Sure, I'm not using grenades that much anyway. I wonder if this guy can do it. That's annoying. Okay. What do I have nearby? Yeah, unfortunately, this sucker can barely move. What? Why is your speed so bad? Oh god, rust barnacles are really bad for me. Okay, let's go up here then. Who's here? Oh, it's these guys. Okay, now I can throw the Raven in. Or the Mind Runner in. Whether or not you have a way of keeping the rust out of your brain, barnacles are going to be an ongoing problem from now on. Probably ought to learn something about them. Might actually improve cognition or for some of your units while you're at it. Study the local colonies. These veiny barnacles are actual fungal colonies of the rust, but they're strange. Okay. And then other one is down here. Because I don't need to start fighting yet. Why is my tech, like, near dead? Dude is taking some serious damage. Oh well. Your mind's being consumed by the rust of the microfungi. Okay, yeah. We've already read this. Develop a cure. The idea that the most dangerous threat to your existence was in some random rich person's house is still unreal to you. You never expected any real consequences from your explorations. Ever since you learned to split yourself into a distributed network, you've been feeling rather, well, immortal. It's been a while since you felt real fear. You were wrong about this. What else were you wrong about? What else is lurking out in this blighted city? Finish the cure. The rest isn't going anywhere, but you'll be safe from the worst of it, you hope. Achieve window of opportunity. Develop your filters against the rust prior to humans developing theirs. They remain vulnerable, while yours aren't, at least for a little while. Okay, full outbreak. Gets me some mine annex. So what else do we have? Impregnable. You can't get the city's prisons out of your head. You're sure nothing designed by humans can be as infallible as those security systems appeared. You need a new perspective on the problem, and the worst part is that something feels like it's on the edge of your mind. Okay. Well, I need something with a lot of cognition. Frustratingly, that is not the tech. If I want something with genuinely good cognition, it might honestly have to be like another mind runner. Rudder juice. Oh, but we have this. So we've scared away the prison mech's doom. Oh. Oh, that's my Keanu. Ah, shoot. Not gonna kill him, though. Leave that there for the time being. Well. Oh, we actually lost a lot of robots. Yeah, structures with complaints. Yeah, rust barnacles is an issue. Well, which brain does he have? Not much, actually. Yeah, so the mine runner very clearly has the most. Get another one of these up here, because we kind of want to get these contemplations done. Oh, it's down there. Shoot. I'll just take a turn. 390 cognition. Oh. It's Mind Runner it is. Wait. Oh, that's hacking. Oh, it needs more cognition. Well, that's slightly unfortunate for me. What's been going on here? I don't fully know. Okay. Let's go back to Metal Gear. It's not this, no. This just gets me more buildings. Well, that gets me another avionics core, which is good. Okay, that's Android capacity. which is good. Not what I'm looking for, though. Yeah, I'm going to keep working on that. Yeah, I haven't been messing around with melee. So I don't think we're going to get a whole lot of upgrades that deal with cognition, unfortunately. We're going to have to wait until a couple of things are done. Luckily, except for the sledge. We might want to take the car down here. Yeah, that's why the tech was getting slapped. Okay. Oh, this... I sent the Robin. That's not the thing. It is this boyo. Okay. Tower mainframes. Wait, the military troop carrier? That's attacking me? Man, they really are going after me. Alright. So we now have grapple knuckles. Oh, that's watch human fighting sports. Okay. So I'm just going to have him run up. Damn, they're fast. Let's see. Rifle, security jacket, and the rest is kind of eh. And I guess we'll go for the armored materials. Okay. So the question is... Oh yeah, where's my combat? Do I even have one anymore? No, my combat droid is gone. Get rid of this spare mind runner. We don't need it. Okay. Can I build repair spiders out here? I'm going to need a network range extender. And then we can get some repair spiders. Do we need them? I don't know. But I'll put them over here. Okay. That'll give me a little bit more. So the main one is... Oh, we definitely don't have enough mental energy. Okay, none of my things are taking too much damage. None of my guys are terribly wounded. I should have some amount of mental energy. Well, do we start hacking these guys? Oh, wait, no, I don't even have a combat unit. There we go. So in that case, how much more space do I have? I got 12. Do I get another predator? We're going to need another tech. Is a big one. I can probably build another predator. And then mechs. The one problem is I don't actually want to build any mechs. Yeah, can't anyway. Can't really do too much at the moment. Okay, wait one more turn. These are just random stray fights, which feels like we're just going to be getting more of those as time goes on. Which is kind of bad, because I've been skirting by largely stealthy this entire time. Wait. Oh no, both of the convictors are here. Okay, let's full hack. So armor plating, hydraulic actuators, leaf node, tri-swarm. 3 fragments when corrupted. Oh boy. Okay. Hasn't been too bad yet. Get that one. Okay, we did lose that one. But it's fine. Because I got plenty. Okay, now we can get to the mech pilot cradle. And corrupt it. So that makes this whole area light up like a Christmas tree. Here's the thing. Okay, they really don't like my Raven at this point. That's not within range. Okay, perfect. Hack the other one. Let's see. Save Rusty too. Because if I take out both... Like, if I take both of their convictors, that's the majority of their firepower. Okay, so there's one of the big ones. We want to corrupt. We want to split. Go there, take that one out. Go with the biggest split I can. Take those both out. Perfect. And yeah, we still have an amount of bad lads, but they're the really easy to manage ones. If I can even get to them. Yeah, those I have to kind of just hunt down. Okay, so now we've converted 2 of these. So that gives me a ton of leeway here. Yeah, unfortunately my Raven's gonna get toasted, but it's done its job. Unless I can kill this sucker. Seems unlikely. Do you have 1 more AP? Take those guys out. Okay. A little bit of damage. Okay. So this is obviously a mess. Yeah, luckily my 2 convictors are going to be taking out those. Okay. I'm going to just do a fresh identity and then scoot away. Let's take a look at this. Because he needs to labor at the reactor for 3 turns to get whatever that gets me. I've got 5 left. Maybe I float a little closer. And we just do a heal. Okay, well, there's a lot more to learn, but you figured out a few things. Most notably, you have an idea for a new micro-mulch, or a myco-mulcher, which will let you generate biomulch, clear rust barnacles from your structures and mechs, and also provide chitin. What use you'll have for chitin, you don't know. You'll figure something out eventually, you imagine. Oh, so we can now make micro-mulcher and an ETS trap. Deploys mechanical beetles to compost fungi from the nearby soil. Also removes rust barnacles from your structures and mechs within range each turn. Okay. So I'm just going to slap this in the heart of my territory. Same thing over here. Be right here-ish. Okay, what is this? Infiltration focused, less than lethal energy weapon. Primarily affects human minds, putting them to a state of overwhelming bliss and easy to control. Huh. Oh, that's from the brain stimulation experiments. I don't know if I want to make another one of these yet. And I'm going to need 1 centimeter beetles if I want to make more. Still, that'll help. Small arms research, shotgun muzzle velocity. Yeah, sooner I got that, the better. Okay, now I've got a full turn here. This machinist is in my way. So these guys walking, or are they shooting? Looks like they're shooting. That's fine. So we have a new contemplation. Study more rust barnacles. Well, I think I had my mind runner up here. Studying the barnacles made your soul droids noticeably smarter. And that's reason enough to keep doing it. Extra cognition's always useful. It's doubtful that you'll come up with another idea like micromulcher, but it can't hurt to think about things. Study the local colonies. It's both infuriating and terrifying that something so primeval could be a thing that kills you. Take 7 turns. What else do we have? Still impregnable. Need more brain. And we might actually be able to deal with the prison break sooner than later, but we've got to do, I think, impregnable first. Let's see. What about these? Labor of the reactor, friendly neighborhood farmhand. Oh, we're still working on that. And then this one as well, but I'm going to need to shoot stuff in the way that I'm currently shooting stuff to get access to that one. Oh, it's nice to just have a bunch of captured convictors all over the place that I can just use for whatever I want them for. Is there anything else? Something shooting this guy? No. Why's it got the red on it? Or, oh no, that's just part of it. Sorry, it looks like this thing is going to be taking damage marker. Okay. Labor of the reactor, we now have depleted uranium, equipment armor, incandescent uranium, mild radioactive glow that's quite intimidating, and 35mm half plate, armor that covers the upper body and head of an android with thick depleted uranium. The fact that your androids can move at all is a testament to your engineering acumen. Okay, more small arms research. I'm going to keep going for this shotgun muzzle velocity. The better my shotguns are, the better we are, because I'm hoping these upgrades carry over into future timelines. Because if we can get that, oh, it's going to make certain things much, much easier. Okay, so that means we need to move these guys. That's a bunch of mental energy. I'm just going to move this one closer to home, I think. Oh god, they're so large. Okay, we should also probably have a number of these guys get out of here. But we can actually board the foundry. Oh, they can walk. Let's move this down here. Okay, maybe a little further out. I think I need to give this a fresh identity too. And repair. Okay. So we know we don't currently have any major woes. Park that over there. Question, do you still have my... No, it does not. Where's my other technician? Far away, but not that far. I guess this is the farthest it can travel. Oh, okay. Friendly neighborhood farmhand. Oh boy, wait. Okay. So we now have hidden zinnia garden, paper refinery. Oh, it's a job. Zinnia gel refinery. So these are all jobs that I can do. Daily necessities factory. Oh, that would have been helpful earlier. And cotton sheet factory. So these are things that I could have been doing a long time ago that I just missed out on because I wasn't paying attention or completely missed it. Labor amongst the minerals. But that's in a mining. Okay, we're going to leave that. Oh, yam vitalizer. Buried cotton garden. Okay, hormone factory. Okay, it's something I can build. Output synthetic hormones. Furniture shop, glue factory, plank factory, wood laminar factory, furniture factory. Okay. Well, that's stuff that I will leave for later because I currently don't need them and I don't have space for them anyway. So we don't need to invest in cultivator anymore. We've been researching that on my own. Might go steward. Yeah, I'll go for steward. We kind of need those. Okay, so that's good. Some clunkers on it. I think fresh identity, move a little closer. Move a little closer. So far, so good. Let's have this guy hang out and heal. Take a turn. Things are looking mostly good. Oh. Should have done that last turn. Do I want to wait one more turn? I think so. Another unit's in the way. Excuse me. Thank you. So now I have to figure out how the heck I'm going to do this. I could do a hack-a-majig. I guess that didn't work out as well as I was hoping for, but it's fine. Because now they're really focused on that guy. Blocked by armor. That's going to be taking some damage. I guess I should have done the large bore rounds. Okay. Go for that. Still taking a decent chunk of damage, but could be worse. Oof. As expected, your soul droids have gained more cognition. Beyond that, you've mainly learned that these barnacles are a real pain to clean off of anything. You're glad you have the new beetles with the micromulcher. Repair spiders have no hope of prying these things off without damaging the underlying machinery. At least not quiet, or not quickly. Okay, casual nanotech lab work is done, so we now have an active graphene mesh. Similar to microbuilders, coating enhances mobility and strength. Heptagonal tungsten armor, graphene mesh, and study rust barnacles. Okay, first we need to deal with this. I actually haven't had any losses, which is always a bit of a surprise. Go here, heal twice. And I have no more mental energy. Oh, small arms research. Do I want to just go handgun? I'll work my way up to getting the rifle stuff, but I'm not using much of it. So we now have study even more rust barnacles. Where's this guy? Sure. Studying the rust barnacles made your soul droids notably smarter, and that's reason enough to keep doing it. Okay. Studying the fungal colonies made you surprisingly uncomfortable. Is a colony one organism or multiple? The barnacles are small, but underground mycelium networks stretch for kilometers. Mycelium from different strains of fungi entangled with the root systems of different species of plant. It's a bit more similar to your own mental and physical architecture than you expected. You don't like it. Okay. So for starters, is this one? Okay, so this one's just blending in, so I can have this walk out. And I think now we're in the clear. So, here's the big one. I need to get this convictor back up to my hometown. Because I'll just slap it there. I have a bunch of those. Worker PMC imposters are just getting slapped. That's fine. Bulk sledge. Less fine. Oh, it's the nickel bot. Not a huge concern. Can't shoot it, though. I'm just going to fly my foundry home. Yeah, a lot more people fighting. Okay, gotten out of the area. And we have that. I don't think I need to use the convictors for... Oh, do I have an imposter? Another unit's in the way. Look at this one. Wait a turn. Give this guy a fresh identity, just so we don't need to worry about it. 16 turns. Oh well. Yeah, so they... Who is this? Random nickel bots. For Graph Industries. Yeah, because I don't have any repair spiders out here. I'm just going to get one in the area so we don't have to worry about that bulk sledge. Then again, I also don't need to worry about the bulk sledge as much as I thought. He's got plenty of health. And eventually I should actually make the requisite stuff, because I think this sledge is getting me like furniture or something. Yeah, we may also want to make turn my constructors back on. These. Because I may actually have the resources for them at this point. I guess I actually had plenty of them. Well, okay. Let's see. Anything else to do? I think we're just currently studying the... Yeah, 4 more turns. So did I want to check this out? Labor amongst the minerals. So I need a combat unit for this. Maybe I should be over there. This one actually looks like it's going to have some less than pleasant individuals guarding it. Yeah, it might take a little bit to chop down. I guess I should probably just start. Let's get a second one of these, because I can always just sack a couple of my cutters, clear the area, and then infiltrate once it's clear. No sense in doing it the other way around. Okay, is that enough to... Nope. I want to do one more. Because, yeah, the Diplomat Mark IIs are a little chunky. Okay, so how much damage are we taking? It looks like they're only focused on this guy, who's not actually getting wrecked. Oh. Okay, so now this has become a bit spicier. But there's also, like, far fewer enemies to have to contend with. Oh, hold up. A couple of these guys down there. Ooh, and a diplomat. Diplomats are a bit punchy. Good lord. Okay, we haven't lost it. Yeah, unfortunately, a lot of these guys are pretty mad at me for existing and doing my thing. Final study of rust barnacles. You've discovered an anomaly. The spores of rust are all spread throughout your structures, which isn't a surprise. But your wind towers are collecting a particularly nasty volume of spores, then spreading them intensely in the area around the structures. Given the barnacles interfere with the enemy mechs via simple mechanical means, it's maybe something you can use against them. Where's the ideal spot to put your wind towers? As you expected, your soul droids have gained more cognition. Okay. So now that I've done that, soul droid hasn't enough cognition. Go for impregnable? Sure. Can't get the city's prisons out of your head. You're sure nothing designed by humans can be as infallible as those security systems appeared. You need new perspective on the problem. The worst part is that something feels like it's just at the edge of your mind. Think deeper about the problem. The food for the guards is tested daily and they have regular health checkups. The prisoners are afforded no such consideration. Their food were tampered with. None of the guards would notice or care. Tampering need not be harmful. Air food? The prisons have centralized air circulation, which is why you plan to use tear gas to subdue everyone inside was viable. But tear gas isn't enough. The guards will be able to trigger a full lockdown, and the prisons are incredibly defensible. You need something stronger, but anything deadly would kill the prisoners too, unless they're immune to it. For example, by having added an antidote covertly added to their food for weeks. You need a toxin that can be disseminated through the air that incapacitates the victims very quickly. Also required is an antitoxin that provides lasting protection, and that has a very high LD50 for even humans, small humans, since you have no control over the dosing. A quick search of hundreds of years of medical literature produces a lot of frustration and no solution. You're not a toxicologist. Maybe you should become one. You have some ideas for where to start? You happen to know where a pretty nasty plague evolved, for example. Revisiting the tomb. You've committed to playing toxicologist. There's one obvious place you could go, but a big part of you really doesn't want to. Bad things happened to you the last time you went there. Okay, so in the versatile lens, we can check these out. But first, let's make sure everything else is fine. 12 turns there. Oi. Okay, so in that case, I might want to make sure these guys are in tip-top shape before I mess around with that. And I should probably actually just end here rather than push forward. We've got a lot to do, a lot left to do, and a lot that we're still currently doing. But all things considered, we've made a lot of progress, and finally we're looping back to that whole prison business. Really confused about full outbreak. I guess period of vulnerability has to end. That's just not a worry for me. Okay. So what do these give me? So, is it the same the whole way through? No. Steel research. So these give me the different kind of motivation points, which are fine, but none of them are the ones that I'm like big huge on. They're all consumables. I'm looking for upgrades. Yeah, so I'm just gonna have to toss people in these directions, which is fine, slow, but fine. Okay, and I don't see anything else. Well, anyway, for now, thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you next time.